Did you know that from 2017 to 2020, WagerTalk charged $795 for a season of either college football or NFL? Well, we know how important our season-long customers are, and we want to increase the amount of money you save by committing a season-long package. While most of our competitors continue to raise their prices, we are doing the exact opposite. We've lowered our price for both the NFL season and the college football season to only $5.99 each. But through Sunday, August 14th, we are offering an early bird special, saving you an additional $100, making your NFL or college football season only $4.99. That's under $23 per week. Make sure to take advantage of the early bird prices before midnight, Sunday, August 14th, as they will return to the still low price of $5.99 per sport per season. You know the NFL preseason is already underway, and the college football season kicks off Saturday, August 27th. There is no coupon needed and no limit to the number of packages you can buy. Just head to your favorite handicappers page and take advantage today.
All right, welcome everybody to WagerTalk Today. I am back from a mini vacay. I'm Lawrence Presman. He's Teddy Covers. You're watching the best damn daily sports betting show on the planet. What's so funny, Theodore?
Because we were just talking off air. You're like, no, I was at a business meeting. And you come in here, you're like, I just took another vacation.
Trip. It was a business trip, but the listeners don't need to know that. Like, what do you want me to get into great detail about my business trip? Can't I just call it a vacay and move on?
That's what I called it, and you ripped me for calling it a vacay. You're like, no, it's a business trip. And you come in here, you're like, I just come back from vacation. That's what made me laugh, Prez. You said the exact same thing that 10 seconds earlier you had ripped me for saying.
I didn't rip you, my brother. I don't rip you ever, and it was a business vacation. How's that?
Call it what you will.
Teddy, I am killing it in baseball right now. I haven't lost a place since Saturday. What about you? How you doing?
Won again last night. I mean,
nice.
It hasn't been an outstanding baseball season, but it's been solid. I have no complaints. I'm a low volume baseball guy. 1-2 plays a day. Every once in a while, I have 3 plays, but I'm not playing heavy volume in MLB at any point in the season, and in August is no difference. But keeping it very simple and doing just fine. Glad you're doing good in baseball as well, Prez.
Yeah, I'm releasing 1 play a day, just like you. Very low volume. I've avoided. I think the worst slump I've had was 4 losses in a row, and I'm up double-digit units on the season, and it's just been consistent. Like, it's funny. I'm getting lost in, from a sales perspective. Most people are not playing my baseball right now. And it's because, we've got some guys that are doing ridiculous. Tony Finn, Bobby Liggs. I mean, Adam Trigger. There's some guys are doing unbelievable. But I haven't been able to put down like a 10-0 run or an 8-1 run. It's always been win 3, lose 1, win 3, lose 2, win 3, lose 1. And the general public out there, dude, they want runs. They want 10-0 runs. And I haven't been able to give them that. All I've been able to do is give winners. Nothing.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'm sure that's sooner or later, Prez, the sales will come. With any of this stuff, you build a track record. It's not like the first day you hang your fingers like, hi, I'm Teddy Covers. I'm going to sell plays. I was going to buy your plays. When you build a track record, when clients have success with you, then people start to buy plays. You know that.
Dude, it's the craziest thing. You make let's just pick a random number, 20 sales on a Saturday. Everybody wins. The game is over in the first inning. Sunday, you wake up, all 20 of those people, gone. Somewhere else. Strange industry that we work in. What did you learn in the wonderful world of sports betting, my brother?
I felt really bad for our guest yesterday. Poor Brian Power. Speaking of how hard it is and all that stuff. And I'm not calling anybody out in the slightest. All right. I just met the guy on air yesterday. He's been in the business more than a decade. But we've all had wrong side losers before, even on big bets. Every one of us, Prez, you have, I have, everybody out there in viewerland has. Sometimes just doesn't work out. Everybody out there in viewerland has. Sometimes just doesn't work out. The game plays out very differently than you expect. So Brian Power comes on the show yesterday. He's a brand new capper at WagerTalk. First time on WagerTalk today. He's a $2 Tuesday guy. He went 2-0 on Monday. And it's a huge deal, Prez. You know it. I know it. Trigger knows it. We all know it. You know, when you're the $2 Tuesday guy, you're going to sell a bunch of plays. And when it's a 5% on a minus 170 favorite that's down 12-0 in the third inning at Coors Field, that's not a fun night. You know, not a fun night for the clients, not a fun night for the capper. Doesn't get any worse than that. I remember being in the exact same spot for my first $2 Tuesday at WagerTalk, and I got crushed. It was over like in the first inning or the second inning. It wasn't pretty. Some plays are going to lose. That's why we don't have games of the year. We don't want our clients to take irresponsible risks with their bankrolls. But the beauty of this business, Prez, we all wake up 0-0 today. And as long as there's still money in your betting account, you're live to get it back. Sorry, Brian's play wasn't what bettors were hoping for, who purchased it nonetheless. I'm sure he'll do just fine. And right back at him again today. How about you, Prez?
Well, Teddy, I'll tell you, man, I hope Brian is not like me when it comes to losing those $2 Tuesday plays, because if he is, we might not see him again for a month. I don't even, in all seriousness, Teddy, I don't even want to think about losing a $2 Tuesday play. It is the amount of pressure on a person when they look down. And again, I'm making these sales numbers up. I'm just making them up. But if you're making 15 sales a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, day in, day out, 7 sales, 10 sales, 15 sales, 1,400 sales. It's just too freaking much, dude. I mean, Andrew McInnis, we'll talk to him later. He loses his shit when he loses his $2 Tuesday plays. I'm sure Trigger does, but me, dude, I'm inconsolable.
In general,
let's ask at. Yeah, well, I have to do a show with you every day, you schmuck. Adam Trigger, how you take losing $2 Tuesday plays?
Nah, it sucks. I won my last one. I think I had a loss somewhere, and maybe it was the previous one was like last year, but I know that it's not fun. Losing 5% plays in general is not fun. Losing anything is not fun. Right?
Yeah.
But you can't, I was
losing your wife could be not only fun, but youthifying, life-changing in a positive way. There's
virginity,
a lot
something you always
said
want to
about
lose.
your wife disappearing in a shopping center, never to come back.
Well, losing a bet. Let's put it that way, Prez. Losing any bet, not fun, but I think we talk about it all the time. Like the best you're probably ever going to do is to just touch that 60%. So that means somewhere along the line, you're going to have to lose 40-ish percent of the time, hopefully like 39%, whatever it may be. So you just have to, you have to take the losing in stride. Can't really sweat it and just, don't do anything crazy just because you lost a bet or two. Same thing. Right back. I was just complaining before I came on air. I lost a couple games in extra innings over the last day or couple days.
Yeah,
It's not going to change how I approach today or tomorrow or the next day or the next month or the next year. It is what it is. You'll probably get a win that you don't deserve at some point, and it balances out. So, just like Teddy said, you get up the next day.
Let's get into it. Baltimore is at home playing Toronto. This line is super strange to me, flat out. Kikuchi, they're talking about, don't ever pitch him again. And he's got a better ERA than Bettors. Bettors on the road is probably a bottom 5 pitcher in all of baseball. I mean, legit. Those type of numbers. Here he is at minus 145, 150. This guy couldn't win a game on the road if they gave him the W. How do we bet? I mean, you're going to tell me Toronto's the play here?
I am, Prez, and I'm going to start. I'll work backward here, okay? Because you made a good point about Bettors and on the road, but you know what? There's no world where Dean Kremer is better than Bettors, okay? So at very worst, they're going to equal out, in my opinion. I mean, if you throw the recency bias out, I'll take Berrios over Kramer just about any day. Working backward, the Orioles, I think what I think is going to happen here is what happened over the weekend to them, where they burned all of their high leverage arms in back-to-back games against the Pirates, and then got to game 3 of that series. I actually cashed a 4% play on the Pirates in the third game of that series when the Orioles just kind of ran out of the bullpen arms and got blown up and lost 8-1. And I see something like that happening here. The Orioles used 4 relief pitchers in high leverage situations on Monday. They used another 4 in high leverage situations last night. And Felix Bautista has pitched him both days. So he's either going to be on his 3rd straight day or they're not going to use him. And of course, that's where the loss of Jorge Lopez starts to, show up. As you guys know, the Orioles traded him around the All-Star break. So even though the Orioles bullpen's been great, I actually think the Jays are in the better spot later in the game. And I'm still willing to roll with Berrios as the better starter here. 6 meetings so far this year. The Orioles are 4-2, but the Blue Jays have out-hit them 71-53 in these 6 games. So it's been the Orioles, man, this team, they make timely plays, and they have gotten the absolute maximum out of this roster. I've cashed a bunch of tickets with the Orioles this year, but in this spot, I really think this is a big game for the Blue Jays, and I actually think that price in the -140 to -150 range is a little short. I would have made this more like -170, and I like the Blue Jays to avoid the sweep.
So I have 2 follow-ups here, and the first is real simple. All the Orioles do is keep winning games and making people money. Why is this a team you want to step in front of?
Well, Teddy, I stepped in front. I picked my spot nicely with them over the weekend, played against them on Sunday. I cashed. I'm not saying you want to just start fading the Orioles, but they have to be overheating a little bit, right? Like there's going to come a time. If you look at this roster, I just don't know how they continue to rattle off wins, especially when they're playing in their division. So that's an interesting thing with the Orioles. Record inside the division, not great. I think it's somewhere right around 500. I think it was I don't have it in front of me, but it was, I think they were slightly below by 500 before this series with the Jays. I just had in my analysis the other day when I backed the Blue Jays unsuccessfully on Monday, that the Orioles had struggled a little bit within their division. And I think these big division games are going to catch up with them a little bit. I'm actually shocked that they're in position to sweep this series. I liked the Jays last night, but I stayed away. The price was a little too high. But here in the -140, -150 range, I think it's more playable. So I lean toward the Jays. Probably won't make my client card, but certainly would not be on the Orioles here.
And the second follow-up is a Kramer follow-up. How come you hate this guy so much, man? He's coming off a 1-0 win against the Pirates. The Orioles 7-3 in his last 10 starts. And during that span, he's allowed 0 or 1 earned runs 6 different times. Why do you think that there's no way that Berrios or that Kramer will ever hold a candle to Berrios?
Well, I mean, anything can happen over a 5-6 inning stretch. But for me, I just don't believe that Kramer can continue to replicate those numbers going forward. I'll be surprised if he does. Where I think Berrios will probably figure it out, and he'll probably lower that ERA at some point. Like, I don't see him finishing the year with a 5 ERA. So I'm just hoping for a little positive regression from Berrios and Kramer as the innings start to pile up. A team like the Blue Jays getting to see him more than once would be a scenario where I think he could get hit a little harder than he has been. But again, I think the real advantage here is going to be the later innings for the Blue Jays. Similar to what happened with the Orioles last series, I think that they're running out of the bullpen arms after using all of their guys in high leverage spots the past 2 days, Bautista the past 2 days, no Lopez anymore. I think the Jays, if they don't get them early in this game, they'll get them late, and they will end up avoiding the sweep.
Adam Trigger, everybody. Adam, listen, I don't want to continue on this J game, but listening to everything that's coming out of your mouth, it sounds to me like the over is the play. I want to race through a couple of listener question statements. Chris L, would you rather you lose your bet immediately or lose it on the last play? Teddy and I have spoken about this in depth.
Oh,
immediately, right away, this second. Everyone agrees.
I want to be blown out 20-0 in a baseball game. Like just finish me off. Like the game I went to a couple weeks ago at Fenway. I went to the Jays Red Sox. It was 14-0 in the fourth inning. Do that to me. Don't walk it off. I don't want to get walked off in extras. Or like last night, I had Red Sox +1.5, and it loses by 2 in extras. Don't do that to me. I'd rather just get destroyed.
Yeah,
and move on.
I'm with you 100%. Teddy, we've spoken about this. You agree, right? I mean, just shoot me with a bazooka.
But from a client standpoint, the clients don't like it when you have wrong side losers, especially with big plays. So from a client confidence standpoint, it's better when you lose on a walk-off. It's better when you lose in bad beat fashion. For a keeping your sanity standpoint, yeah, give me a wrong side loser. You turn the freaking game off. You come back again tomorrow. I'm with you 1,000%.
Barry G writes, shout out to Whitney at customer service. He had a problem with some stuff. Whitney organized it fast, hooked him up. And the reason I want to read that to you is, firstly, they're all Whitney, Missy, Melissa. I mean, they're unbelievable. I will tell you unequivocally, total fact, our customer service is not the best in the industry. It is the best in any industry. That's how good our customer service is. It is absolutely world class, and we hang our hat on how incredible our customer service is. Ad, you want to talk some NFLX? Jets are playing the Eagles. Where are we going here, brother?
Yeah, so first football bet of the season for me. I took the Jets on the money line. Thought I was going to beat the number pretty good, but it came back the other way. I laid -130 with the Jets. It got all the way up to like -150, -160. It's now back down to a pick. I have to believe that's due to Eagles head coach Sirianni coming out saying the starters might play a couple series. And guys, I couldn't care less about that. In a week 1 preseason game, the last thing I'm concerned with is how much the starters are going to play, because at most you're going to see them for 1 or 2 series. They're not going to decide the game, and I think it's an overrated thing to look at in a week 1 preseason game. Instead, what I like to look at preseason football in general, I like to look at the coaches, what their win-loss percentage is, because some care about these games more than others, and I like to look at the quarterback play because early on, the offenses are going to be vanilla, right? So it's going to really come down to quarterbacks making plays, and that's typically going to decide the game. If you go last year, these two teams played to a glorious 31-31 tie in the preseason, but the Jets won their other 2 preseason games. So Robert Saleh's 2-0, and Sirianni's 0-2, and that's a small sample size, but it's something to look at, because you will see coaches go on extended runs of losing these preseason games, and some coaches just they play to win them. And Saleh, Robert Saleh is a motivator, and he's someone I could see playing to win these games. I look at the quarterbacks, and remember, again, it's not going to be Hurts and Wilson deciding this game. It's going to be the stable of backups, and I trust the Jets' second, third, fourth string quarterbacks, the guys that are going to be in this game, deciding this game far more than I trust the Eagles. You've got, potentially Joe Flacco, Mike White, who started games last year for the Jets. And then, McInnis will tell you about Chris Streveler. He's a CFL guy. He's, 27, 28 years old. He's been around pro football for a while. He won a Grey Cup in 2019. So he's had some playing experience, whereas the Eagles are going to come with Carson Strong, who's never played a snap in the NFL in his life, and he's accustomed to Mountain West football, which is probably slower than preseason NFL. And it looks like Sinnott is going to be their other one. He's basically a practice squad guy. He was an FCS quarterback. So you might see Minshew for a while for the Eagles, but overall, the fact that Robert Saleh is 2-0, Sirianni's 0-2. I like the Jets quarterback play better, and you're getting it around a pick. I think that's enough to put me on the Jets here. I really like the Jets in this spot to win their preseason game on Friday night. It's actually a 4% play for me that I'm giving out to you guys for free.
So are you worried at all about the pace that Philly plans to play at? I think, and I really don't know. This is one of these games where I can't figure out exactly why the money is moving where it is, which always gives me pause in preseason action, because most of these line moves, you see the info, you understand why the line is moving, or why it's moving back the other way. And this is one where that does not stand out to me. So when I don't know why there's been hundreds of thousands of sharp dollars coming in on the Philadelphia Eagles over the course of the last 24 hours, that's something I want to know before I make a bet. But what I'm thinking that it might be is Philly plans to play with pace. The quote from Sirianni, it gives you an opportunity just to get even more plays run, right? We stay right on course with our walkthroughs. That doesn't happen unless there's extreme focus and detail is happening in meetings. The walkthroughs, your full speed to the snap in walkthrough. So we can expect Philly to play with that extreme pace. Is that what this is, Bet? I mean, do you have any idea why the money's coming for Philly?
So, Teddy, it's a really good question, because a huge sort of, something I use to bet preseason football, maybe even more so than the regular season, is what the market's doing, trying to beat the move, trying to get that info from, other people that I determine to be sharp, make sure it lines up. And I know, multiple sharp groups, sharp people that played the Jets early in the week when it was +1 and it was pick. And then all of a sudden it swings to 3 and we see like a lot of Philadelphia money come in. And I can't really explain that either. But what I will say is you're not going to make money in preseason football chasing the line move. Typically, you're not going to make money doing that. So I know there's sharp action on both sides here. I like my handicap of the Jets in this spot. And my counter to the speed is, that's nice that they want to play fast, but offense generally takes some time to get on the same page. So I don't know if playing fast is going to necessarily equal quality play in week 1 of the preseason. Maybe by week 3, week 4.
Yep.
But week 1, man, these offenses tend to be really sloppy.
Yep.
You see a lot of low totals, and I'm typically I gravitate more towards guys like a Mike White or a Flacco or a Streveler that's been in the league, or not necessarily been in the league, but has played pro football and understands the pace and sort of how to run an offense, than the big time inexperience we'll see at the end of the game for Philly. So listen, it's still a 4-quarter game in the preseason. And I'm betting the full game here. So I do think the Jets at some point will take this game over and win.
Adam Trigger, everybody, exclusive handicapper over at WagerTalk.com, up double-digit profit this baseball season. Adam, we got to go, man. You got anything quick to promote? Because we are running way late.
Yeah, apologies to McInnis. I'm cutting into his time, so I'll give him a shout out right there. But I've got NFL preseason, $99, and I'm pretty active in the preseason. Most of my plays will be $25, $35. I'll have at least 5%, and you get the whole preseason for $99. And I just gave you the first 4% play on the New York Jets money line.
Awesome stuff. Get out of here, bro. Teddy, it's a young man's show today. Adam, Andrew, even Art. Let's take a quick break, everybody. We're right back with Teddy's big game breakdown. Andrew McInnis, Art DiCesare. Let's get to 100 likes. Daily presidential address. I got 2 bets for you. Don't worry, we're going to get this show done, even if we have to make it a little longer.
Did you know that from 2017 to 2020, WagerTalk charged $795 for a season of either college football or NFL? Well, we know how important our season-long customers are, and we want to increase the amount of money you save by committing a season-long package. While most of our competitors continue to raise their prices, we are doing the exact opposite. We've lowered our price for both the NFL season and the college football season to only $5.99 each. But through Sunday, August 14th, we are offering an early bird special, saving you an additional $100, making your NFL or college football season only $4.99. That's under $23 per week. Make sure to take advantage of the early bird prices before midnight, Sunday, August 14th, as they will return to the still low price of $5.99 per sport per season. You know the NFL preseason is already underway, and the college football season kicks off Saturday, August 27th. There is no coupon needed and no limit to the number of packages you can buy. Just head to your favorite handicappers page and take advantage today.
It is time for today's big game breakdown. And look, if you like the big game breakdowns, if you like the daily analysis, check out the brand new WagerTalk app. Free download wherever you download anything. WagerTalk app gets you the big game breakdown and every other piece that we put together on a daily basis for WagerTalk TV. It's 100% free. We appreciate all the downloads very much. Can't believe the early response the first week this app is out. And nothing but 5 stars. We appreciate that very, very much in terms of the reviews. When it comes to big game breakdown today, let's talk St. Louis and Colorado out at Coors Field. Wild game yesterday with 21 runs scored, and we've seen nothing but over money so far today. Right now, look at the WagerTalk live odds screen. This St. Louis is priced anywhere from minus 150 to minus 160. Let's call it minus 155 right in the middle. Total has been bet up from 11, 11 and a half, 12. 12 and a half are starting to pop right now. The first ones, 12 to the over. So lots of over money for this ball game. Of course, it was 12-0 in the third inning last night. So I can understand why bettors, excuse me, looking for a high-scoring affair today. I'm going to look at the side here. The Cards had been doing 9-1 in their last 10. They'd won 7 straight after sweeping the Yankees over the weekend. They moved into first place in the NL Central. They were as fat and happy as it gets yesterday, and they got bombed. All right. I'm not convinced that changes today, frankly. They have the Brewers on tap this weekend. First place showdown with Milwaukee when they return home. And, of course, it's a Rockies team. They're so bad on the road. Again this year, .333 baseball, 18-36 on the highway. They're 4 games above 500 at home, Colorado. Kyle Freeland, crappy stats for the season, absolutely. Since the All-Star break, Rockies are 3-0 in his 3 starts. He's allowed 5 total runs against the Dodgers, Padres, and Brewers. All good teams, good lineups. He outpitched Clayton Kershaw and Joe Musgrove in his last 2 starts, and he's pitched well in his career against St. Louis. Rockies got going offensively yesterday. Randy Grisham, quote, "Hitting's contagious. Seeing your teammates go out some big hits and good at-bats, stringing them together, positive sign for Colorado." Now, Quintana's been great since the All-Star break, too. No question. Dominant the last time out versus the we-can't-hit-a-lick Cubs. But Quintana got bombed at Coors Field with the Pirates just last month, a 13-2 loss. His last start at Coors, bombed in that ball game as well, couldn't make it out of the 5th. So put all these factors together. I understand the over money. Wouldn't talk anyone out of an over bet in this game. I think the side's the way I'm going to look. The Rockies were live dogs yesterday. Live dogs against today. Give me Colorado plus 140. Here's your big game breakdown. Back to you, Mr. Prez.
I love it, Teddy. Guys, so I started the show talking about my baseball and how incredible my baseball season has been. Total consistency. I'm on a 4-0 run. I'm up huge units. Then I went onto Slack and asked customer service for a promo. So I got one for you guys. Please use this promo. It's a really good deal. 7 days of all my baseball plays for only $49. To give you perspective, it's $25 a day. So $49 for 7 days of all my baseball plays. Use the promo code MLB49 and do it immediately. I want to see sales while I'm on the show. Anyway, just letting you know. Teddy, I have a great story, and I don't think we have time for it. So likely we'll save it till tomorrow. Who knows? Let's bring Andrew McInnis in. Andrew, up units in baseball, up units in Canadian football. Congratulations, man. I mean, Jesus, dude, you are killing it this year.
Thank you very much. I pay a lot of it due to the low volume switch. It's exciting to have lots of action, but I've been saying it plenty of times here on the show. Low volume's been helpful for me. And Prez, I can't wait for a business vacation next week. Look forward to seeing both you guys.
Yeah, I got another BV coming up. Hopefully we'll see all of you guys. Javier, Yoshi, Andrew. Oh, Andrew, I am seeing fish tonight. Thank you for asking. Raven, Dave, Joe Blow. Hope you guys are coming out. Mr. McInnis, let's get to it, man. We got the Montreal Alouettes, terrible name, playing the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Minus 11 for Winnipeg. What do we do in this game?
Yeah, Press. So look, I mean, this is an undefeated Winnipeg Blue Bombers team. They're on a tear right now. They cannot be stopped, whether it's a fourth quarter comeback, whether it's pure dominance from start to finish. This is a Winnipeg team that is playing outstanding football. However, this is the largest point spread that they've had so far on the season here. Taking on a Montreal Alouettes team, they played last week with a point spread that was 5.5. How many times do we see a home-and-home scenario like this where the point spread is that much different? And I understand there's some injuries for the Montreal Alouettes, some question marks next to a few players' names, and I'm sure that makes a difference. But guys, that is a big difference in point spread from 1 week to the next here. This Alouettes team actually impressed me last week. A few interceptions, fumbles, a lot of great things from them, and they put up some points themselves. And I look at their season so far. Guys, they have 3 losses on the year by 1 point. I'm going to classify them as a team much better than what their record indicates. And I'm not saying they're going to go into Winnipeg and win this game. I believe they keep it within the 11.5 points here. I'm going to take the points that I'm getting here without the Alouettes at plus 11.5 and expect them to compete. Last week, the game was tied for the majority of the game before an outstanding fourth quarter where we saw 14 straight points from Winnipeg. But I liked what I saw from Montreal, and this number, despite a couple banged up players for the Alouettes, is just far too big. So I'm going to take Montreal here plus 11.5 Thursday night football in the CFL.
CFL style for Andrew McInnis. Take the Alouettes plus the generous points. Let's take a look at a little NFL preseason action for later in the week. This game on Friday, and the Detroit Lions getting far more buzz than usual this preseason. Certainly Hard Knocks is going to help in that regard, but I think the fact that the Lions may actually be decent this year is at least a piece of the equation. Yet the money in this game come for Atlanta, at least on some level. It's a Falcons team that was 1-14 straight up in the preseason. They got bombed in every preseason game last year, but the quote from Arthur Smith, quote, "Yes, my approach will certainly change this year. I'm going to go more old school. We got to get ready to play. We got to get ready to go from the jump." Is that the reason we lost the first 2 games in the regular season last year? No, but it certainly didn't help. So there's a lot of talk for the Atlanta side that the starters will be playing, that the preseason is much more serious in terms of winning this year. How do you approach the Falcons and the Lions Friday night NFL action?
Well, I wanted to talk some CFL, but of course I had to jump in with some NFLX as well. And Teddy, you're right, man. There's buzz around the Lions right now, of course. Everyone's interested in the quotes, the speeches. Everyone's mic'd up. It's fun. It's fun to watch for people. But when I look at this game, here's what I'll say. As far as the NFLX goes, I feel like it's a real big misunderstanding where everybody wants to bet on these bad teams because they're going to care more. They're going to try more. The good teams don't do well in the NFLX because they're already good. That's actually, to me, I think, a false way of thinking. The good teams are good because they have depth. However, in this game, I'm staying off the side. I'm looking towards the total in this contest. Based on what I've read, what I've seen from both coaching staffs, we're going to see a lot of starters in there, especially at least for those first quarters. We saw this Falcons team lose by an average, I think, 7 points last year. They gave up plenty of points. Both these teams went winless in the preseason last year, or last time out. And I think they actually trust the quarterback depth here. And I think they're going to want to put a showcase on. And there's lots of guys that have to prove themselves here for both these clubs. So, in a game where you might think, God, you're going to expect points with the Lions and the Falcons. I mean, what's going on here? I feel like if there was a game this week for two teams to really want to showcase themselves and to really care about this game, so to speak, I feel like it's the Falcons and the Lions. So I can't tell you who's going to win this ball game, but I like what I've seen from the practice quotes. The coaches sound like they're going to put the starters in for a decent amount of time. And I want to see what the depth of both these teams have to offer. Teddy, on our Prop It Up show I do with Matt and Andy Lang, I said I like the Falcons win total under. I'll find out if you blame me for that one or not, or if you're on the same page with me. But I wanted to see in this one, in a preseason, I feel like we'll see some points. And I don't trust either defense either. So at 35, I'm on the over here. Not interested in the side, though.
Andrew McInnis. Outstanding stuff, Andrew. Also, you have an NHL package discounted. I've noticed you're making a ton of sales. So congratulations on that. What do you got to promote? And then we got to let you go.
Yeah, I've got the NHL early bird sale going right now. And if you buy that, you will get my World Championship hockey plays off to a 1-0 start after a winner yesterday. I've got 2 plays going today, so you can grab that off. I believe it was plus 150 units last year in the NHL. I'm on an unbelievable tennis run right now. Prez, ATP Montreal, nice. WTA Toronto. So that's going pretty well. And of course, looking forward to the NFL season with win totals, futures, and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you guys having me. Really looking forward to next week and the business vacation.
Andrew McInnis, everyone. And Teddy, I just got word from Dan. No 1 o'clock show, so we can go for another hour if we like. What do you think?
I don't think Art DiCesare has an hour, but we'll take as much time as we have. We get 10 minutes with Art. We'll enjoy it and get as much information out of him as we can get. You could do an hour by yourself here, Prez. And we'll all leave, and you can just go. You can just go on and on. You can do 3 hours, dude. Just
yeah. And you know the craziest thing? It'll be the most listened to show other than bet on it, because it is. It's called the NFL Presidential Address. Me alone with a mic. Tons of viewers. Teddy, I'm going to tell my story. It's really quick. Then we'll bring Art on. Yeah, I know you don't like it. Anyway, somebody was telling me this story last night. Their friend's dad's name is Arnold Palmer. So about 10 years ago, he's in Florida, and he calls up TPC Soulgrass, and he's like, hey, I'm in town. Do you have a tea time? And the guy's like, no, it's like a 3-year wait. He's like, okay, well, let me put my name on the list, and in case someone cancels, I come through town every now and again, and you'll let me know. The guy goes, what's your name? Arnold Palmer. 5 minutes later, the phone rings. Hi, this is the manager of TPC Soulgrass. All of a sudden, we have a tea time for you, sir. Guy's like, oh my God, this is incredible. Gets in his car, races over, pulls into the parking lot. Every single staff member at TPC Soulgrass was lined down the road, waving at this car as it came in. They cleared the course out. The golf pros were going to golf with Arnold Palmer. Anyway, this small little Jewish guy gets out of the car, and they're like, who the hell are you? He's like, Arnold Palmer. Showed his ID. Anyway, they ended up honoring the deal and played with the guy. But, oh, my God. TPC Soulgrass must have been gutted by that whole thing. Anyway, I know, shitty story. Art DiCesare, I don't even want to hear from Teddy. Come on in. How are you, my brother?
What's up, gentlemen? Prez, I like that story. That was funny.
I think it's pretty cool. Teddy, a little bit, like a 1 out of 10.
So one of the advantages of living in Las Vegas is that, I mean, Art, in terms of a celebrity sighting, how often do you see celebrities? Pretty much every day. You know, you're walking around the strip, there's people around. There's people like, oh, I recognize that guy. So let's close everything down and have every employee come out and stand in a circle to praise Arnold Palmer, the golfer, or the iced tea lemonade